Hi. I don't know if that's loud or not, but I think it'll be appropriate in a minute that my mic is on my behind. Anyway, my name is Angel Collins. I'm a writer. And when I was younger, according to my mom anyway, I was born with blonde hair and green eyes. There's a picture of me at about 4 years old where I have this, cool strawberry blonde afro. And a few years ago when my dad died, we found a picture I'd never seen before, and my dad was holding a white baby. And I said, who gave my dad that white baby? And it was funny because my family laughed, but it was me. So it's no surprise that one of my earliest memories is first grade, me being chased home by a bunch of other black students. Hold on. Oh, that's the white baby my dad was holding. Being chased home by other black students because they thought that I was white, which was really crazy to me because I was not white. I had 2 black parents, and so I thought, oh, maybe I need to do more so that they know I'm black, stop watching Westerns and listening to oldies, listen to some hip hop, maybe. Or do my hair differently, or change the way I speak, or, don't show the full me, just show a part of myself. I don't actually know what my slides are. Okay. I met a friend that was another black female that was weird like I was, and she helped me learn to love the things that I like for themselves, and to become comfortable with who I was, because she was living comfortably within the things that she loved, like this group that she introduced me to. And once I listened to Typo Negative and knew I liked it, I was like, there's no going back. Absolutely no going back. Now, when I was 19, my mom told me that my father that I'd grown up with, a really dark-skinned black man holding the very, very light-skinned black female, was not my biological father. And that's when I learned that I was also of mixed heritage. When I learned that, I knew that the differences that I had was not just a philosophical one with my black brothers and sisters, but it was physical as well. Now, this message is about body image, really and truly, but it's been informed not just by race, but it's also been formed by society and how people view you based on what they see in front of them. And one of the things that has been an effect in my life has been how I look physically. When I was in 9th grade, the summer after my 9th grade year, I was sexually assaulted. And when that happened, somebody saved me at that point. And I was able to walk away, but not unscathed. I learned to cover my body and to think that my body was something that was the cause of this assault. And in doing so, learned to hate what I saw, what others saw. I covered it up. I concentrated on my mind and my personality. I wanted those things to be beautiful about me. So if people complimented me and they were like, oh, that was a great idea, I felt great. But if somebody said, oh, you look really pretty today, it was uncomfortable for me because I was afraid of what that might mean later on. That was the first time I was assaulted, but it wasn't the last time, and there wasn't always somebody there to save me. But as I began to grow and get older, I learned that it wasn't just my body that was the fault. It was the thoughts of other people. Now, I have 2 stories. One's kind of funny, one's not. But with what I'm going to say later, all of those things converged to give me a perspective that I never had before. And it's a pretty recent perspective, which is why I wanted to be here to give this talk. I went to a funeral once. And I met an older white lady, and we talked a little bit earlier, and we found ourselves in the bathroom together, her with her friend and me. And she comes out of the stall and she sees me and she says, oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. Well, she didn't say that, but she said something similar to that. And then she comes up to me and starts poking my butt cheek, and she's like, feel how soft and firm it is. And it's just like, whoa, wait a minute. You don't have to do that. So she's like, well, I can't help it. It's asking for it. I went to a very nerdy party once, which is why it involves hard drives and laptops. But the laptop was on the floor, and I was on the floor getting something off of my hard drive from that laptop. And a guy walks in, and he sees me, and he knows who I am, but if he actually knows my last name, I would be very surprised. So he sees me, he comes in, I don't think he knew anybody else, and I don't even know why, but he just reaches back and like hits me as hard as he could on my behind, which was embarrassing, and it made me angry. And I stood up and I said, "How do you have the right to touch me?" He's like, "You know me." And I said, "I know who you are, but I don't think that you have the right to put your hands on me." And he's like, "Oh, you know you liked it." So then I got even angrier, which he saw, and he's like, he laughs and he's like, "Come on, come on, come on. You know, I just couldn't help it. It was asking for it." So one day, I was walking. I don't even remember where I was. I was in a building. The building was somewhere I had never been before. And I was walking by, just walking along, and I catch something out of the corner of my eye. And I look over. And now, I've worked with kids before, as a lot of girls, and as soon as I learned that there was such a thing as low self-esteem, which I had, but when I learned that other people suffer from it and how much it affected me, I knew that one of the things I wanted to do was always, no female could leave my presence without feeling beautiful. I knew that I had to be able to spot something on them so that I could say, if they needed proof, this is why you're beautiful. But I never did that to myself. So one day I was walking, and I see this woman out of the corner of my eye. Half a second, I was like, "Oh, she's tall. Look at her. The weight on her face rounds it out so well." And then I realized it was me. And that suddenly I found myself pleasing because I never catch myself in a mirror. Like, if I'm looking in a mirror, it's purposeful. I'm not looking at me, I'm looking at my flaws. That's how I've always done it. I didn't even know that I was doing that. So I see myself, I'm suddenly pleased with what I see, and that changes that perspective. The incident with the guy that hit me happened after the mirror moment. Everything else I've talked about happened before the mirror moment. I would never have been able to say that he didn't have the right to put his hands on me if I had not had that mirror moment, because the mirror taught me things. Oh, mixed race. That's supposedly a representation of my behind. Something funny. So my mirror moment brought some perspectives. One of the perspectives was that I couldn't care what I imagined other people thought of me, because I didn't know what they thought of me. I have no clue what anybody thinks of me, but I have so many ideas of what they thought of me. Oh, do they like my hair today? Are these pants too tight? Should I have worn the Wordy South shirt? I don't know. I mean, like, things like that I imagine other people say or think or do that involve me that may or may not be true. I can't worry about that anymore. Another thing that I learned was that I needed to like all of me, even when other people didn't like me. Sometimes I'm mean. It just happens. I'm a mean person sometimes. And some people might not like me because I was mean to them once. And I have to be okay with that. Not to say I won't change or try to be nicer, but I have to be okay with all the parts of me, even if other people don't like it. Because that makes me who I am, and I really like who I am right now. So I guess, what is your mirror? Every day I wake up, I have to look in the mirror to say to myself that I'm awesome, that I'm beautiful, that I deserve everything that I get that's positive, and I can learn from everything that I get that's negative, because all of those things help make me who I am. It's hard because I spent 37 years doing the exact opposite of that. So, what is the thing that you do, you look to, you see, that helps you be your most awesome, that helps you think about what makes you the best you that there ever was, because there's only one of you? My friend that showed me typo negative helped me learn to love the things that I like. I love scary movies. I like big band music. I love, I don't know, cats, you know, like. There are things that we love that somebody helped us see that it was all right to love them, to love the things that we like. My dad, who brought me up, helped me love who I was and love being a black person. Even when I found out I was mixed races later, it didn't change the fact that I loved who I was for who I was. So what's your mirror? What are the things that make you know how awesome you are? I'm Angel Collins. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed your apples.